Good morning. Hey, everybody.
Good
Afternoon,
morning.
evening, middle of the night, whatever your time zone is. Welcome. Guess what?
What?
Guess what? Come on, Betsy. Get your pointer working right, man. The elf is here with us. Hey, Alan, how are you?
Hello. Excellent. How are you guys?
Well, we're
doing
swimming
great.
right along. We're swimming. We're flying right along. Does that sound like a segue? It's not yet. Come on. We do have something fun going on that you have to play with. Let me find it real quick. Here it is.
Oh.
Greg has a fun game for the profile of the week. So get your game on, and the big prize that we win today for this game is that Aowen is here in the chat.
That's right.
Yes.
You've already won.
You've already won.
Congratulations.
You don't even have to play. I flubbed it, so thankfully it doesn't keep track of who it is that answered all those questions.
No.
I'm sure I got the Lady Gaga one right.
Oh, good.
Absolutely 100% sure about that.
Okay.
And interestingly, I had heard an article about who made him change his name, but for the life of me, I can't remember who it was. So yeah. Christine Miller was the first one in this morning. You get the booby prize. Boob.
Yes.
Debbie Roots here. Lisa Gervais. Hey, Lisa. How are things over in the Canada, Stittsville area? Mark Lemon, GSL, Katie Miller. Let's see. Susie Carter, Margaret Hall, Susan Anderson. Victor Rose is here. Chris Ferriello. Hillary Gatsby's holding down the fort for WikiTree way up there in Wales.
Yes.
Crystal J is here. Terry Burks, Patricia Jackson, Mary Sleppy, hey cousin, and Helen at Jester. And we'll probably have a bunch more people wander in, and we won't say good morning to them because they'll be too late for the good mornings. So, what was that segue I was talking about? Straight into
flying. Flying. I get it.
Oh, look, the game covers Aowen completely.
Oh, no.
Usually I move myself down there.
Leave it right.
I usually move myself down there. So if I'm doing this stuff, showing this stuff while we're in the thing, it covers me up. So here, I'm going to do that for Aowen today. We'll put her at the top of the list.
Funny.
Do you have any aviators in your tree? Lots and lots and lots of great questions. 77 answers.
Wow.
I picked this one as the best answer of the week. Somebody had picked themselves as the best answer, and it was really a good answer, but I thought this one. My grandfather's brother, James Underwood Cross, flew Air Force One for Lyndon Johnson.
Ooh.
Well, that's pretty cool.
That is very cool.
That's a big thing. Big deal.
It's a big plane.
Yeah. I'm not going to bring up one of our biggest aviators who flew the plane for the prime minister for years because he turned out to be a very bad man. Think about it, Greg. Think about it. Colonel Williams lived in my neighborhood even.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Now you got it. Yeah.
Now I think I got it. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a lot of really great answers. Make sure you go through and upvote these answers because these people have answered these questions. My father, Marcus L. Cox, went through flight training during World War II, flew PBM flying boats after the war ended. PBM flying boats. Anybody know what that is?
No.
Never heard of it. Pip Shepard. Jamie, my dad was a gunner on a similar plane, a PBY. Okay, is it a plane or a boat?
Personal boat.
Oh, look. Somebody gave us a picture. There we go.
Oh,
yeah. Makes sense.
Huh.
Yeah, they still use those as water tankers for fires, don't they?
Yeah.
Because they go along and they scoop up fish and everything else while they're doing it. That's cool. Always love those great links. Let's see. Mike Nelson. Okay, Alexis, stop it with all these gorgeous pictures. All right.
She has so many.
Yeah, Alexis Nelson has his picture. Now, her husband is this guy right here.
Oh.
He's the instructor. How fun is that?
Nice.
Mike Nelson pilot training class at Moody Air Force Base in Valdosta, Georgia. That's a cool picture. We have another good picture on down. Here we go. My husband, George Connolly, this is from Gail Connolly, had over 4,000 hours flying military craft, mostly as a fighter pilot. As a wild weasel, he flew over 400 combat missions in Vietnam, showing him he's the one in the foreground. Isn't that crazy? And look at the ladders they had to climb up. They aren't even vertical. They're like leaned back on you.
Yeah.
You have to be in good shape to be an aviator.
Bless you.
Sorry, I should have muted myself. I'm sure.
Are you allergic to flying, Greg?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah. My father paid for private lessons back in the 1970s when my sisters and I were children. I love this story. So they went while he was doing his lessons, and they hung out at the club while he was. And they learned how to play pool.
Oh man!
What a great learning experience for those kids. That's from Robin Lozier. I love that one too. Stephen Harris has one down here. Oh, I always like the answers to some of these things.
Yeah.
This is a long one. My grandfather turned 98 yesterday. While not a pilot, he was an aerial gunner observer. He deserves mention. He trained at Buckingham Airfield in Lemoore Army Airfield before transferred to night squadron training at Hammerfield. You would be surprised at some of the junk we flew. The old A-20 Douglas. He talks about the twin engines, but it had a bay for bombing. All of these great things. And then Steve Harris says he was always very quiet about this time in his service. Weren't they all? Weren't they all? My dad never talks about his service, but he's got Steve Harris. That's a great one. That's a great one. I'm looking for the next picture. Okay, so Chris Variello posted this. He not only posted this, he sent this to me earlier in the week.
Oh.
And said, look at this, look at this, look at this. My grandfather, Robert Hamel, flew in the Air Corps before they became the Air Force. He flew during the Second World War and remained in the service until 1960. The birth of my mother clipped his wings. But little did he know that his grandson would build a model of the plane that he flew.
Oh.
Isn't that cute?
That's neat.
Special.
Yeah, he also enjoyed the toy planes I would show him when I was a kid and admired the detail of the work. Of course, the toy planes I had at the time turned into robots. I think it's more about the work, the detail. We know better than that, Chris.
Yeah.
That's a great job, and that's a great plane. And
Nice.
what a great memorial for your, well, he's not dead. Is he dead? Yeah, he's passed away. I was thinking of the other one that said, my mom had her pilot's license when I was in high school. Just plain simple. I also had friends. I post these usually on my Facebook page, and I have my college roommate liked it because she's gotten her pilot's license in the past 10 years. People also comment on my Facebook page.
Nice.
Here's another one. My grandmother's cousin, Toronto-born Norma Edith Cameron, married a man named Conrad Lindsay Niebel, who was, according to the item in the newspaper, a well-known American aviator. But they haven't been able to dig up any information on that. But hey, what about this bride?
Nice.
No, yeah. Let's see. Now let's go to the next one.
And
there was
Max. While we've been talking, John Tyner posted an answer. So
good.
Very end.
I will catch it. And there's one in here somewhere, and I can't remember where it was, about wing walkers. And I just wanted to show everybody what a wing walker did. They got up on the planes. Now, back in the old days, they did not have harnesses. Now, do we really think they're playing badminton or tennis right now on this plane? No.
I wouldn't think so.
But do you see any harness holding them on? No, they used to walk on those biplanes without harnesses. They have harnesses.
That's crazy.
Nowadays.
There are 3 words that I'm thinking right now. Not for me.
I was thinking someone will know.
Oh my Lord. Unbelievable.
Let's see. My maternal grandfather, who served as a bomber pilot. No. My father, Cyril Francis Stubley, joined the RAF during World War II. He spent some time with basic training in the UK, was then shipped off to South Africa in the Kimberley area for serious flying training away from the conflict. After a while, he was promoted to a flying instructor and spent most of his wartime service teaching other pilots, which was a huge deal. They had to, I'm talking, you can't even see me. It's a huge deal because they had to have those pilots trained. So getting sent away from the fighting was a huge blow to these guys. But think of the service that they did.
Mm.
Oh, come on, Aowen. Come on.
I was just going to hide the banner. We can hide the banner for a little bit.
We could.
I just don't know where you stored it. So
here we go. That way we can see the elf as well. Let me see. Talking about my nephews are licensed. My uncle was a pilot, and he used to let me fly his plane when I was a teeny person.
No way.
Well, it wasn't very dangerous because
Yeah.
you really couldn't cause much damage. I even took off and landed in his plane when I was older, but I stopped doing it when he asked me if I wanted to go with him one weekend when he was taking a photographer up. He wanted to do some aerial photography. And so we spent the whole morning flipped up on the sides or flipped up on this side or going back and forth. He probably spent millions of dollars trying to clean out the inside of that plane after that. I got so sick.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, let's see. Question of the week. My uncle Roland Groom was an aviator, first licensed pilot in Canada. In the regional Saskatchewan airfield is named after him. There was another one here that I wanted to show where somebody's ancestor had Orville Wright sign their license.
Wow.
That's very
That's
cool.
cool.
Yeah.
And then we lost our
images.
And let me see if I can find grandfather's. There he is. Briefly, I have a grandfather. Lyndon Brown's pilot license was signed by Orville Wright. Always looking for an adventure. He was a flight instructor for the Canadian RAF component before the U.S. entered World War II. A lot of people left the U.S. and went to Canada to join up before the U.S. entered the war. Dad earned his wings during World War II and the Navy aircraft gunner flying off the USS Kansan Bay. His brother, my Uncle Roger, flew blimps.
Oh, wow.
Blimps. Now, blimps,
Like
weren't they the
Zeppelins?
ones who pulled the targets?
Oh.
I think they pulled targets for shooting. Yeah.
Hmm.
That's a scary thought. And let's see if we can let me refresh here, John, and fly down here and see if we can see what John says. We had some good photographs come in.
Yeah, I love the photos.
Oh, here's a cute one. My
That's
father
nice.
joined the U.S. Army Air Corps during War II. He didn't train as a pilot, but as a gunner and mechanic. I've also posted a photo of his mechanics training class to his profile.
Huh.
That's cute. Look at the pipe.
Oh, wow.
You imagine the inside of that plane smelled so good. I love the pipe smell, especially if it's cherry pipe. John Tyner said, let's upvote John.
Yeah.
Of course.
Go ahead and do it.
Definitely.
My maternal grandfather, Air Commodore Walter Howard Hutton, CBE, flew flying boats for RAF 210 Squadron from Pembroke Dock in Wales and other places around the world. So he flew one of these. He flew one of those.
Huh?
Neat.
Oh, yeah. That is so cool. That is our question of the week.
Can I share something?
Yeah, no.
You can.
We don't know why you're
I
here.
didn't answer the question of the week, but my grandfather flew B-26s in World War II.
Wow.
B-26s, wow.
So
I don't know if you've ever heard one of those fly over. The B-29s, the B-52s, they all have these Rolls-Royce engines. And when they have an air show here and they fly over our house, it's like, it's a big sound. That's cool. Where did he fly?
Can you see the picture?
Pardon me?
Can you see the picture?
Oh,
are you screen sharing?
Yeah.
here, let's just do that.
I don't
There
see them.
we
No,
go.
where? Oh, you're down there. There you are. Look at that cute man.
That's my grandpa.
Wow.
Oh, nice.
There he is on one of the planes.
That's a
That's a good one.
P-38.
That is not a B-26, by the way. That was him with his crew.
Excuse me.
That's very cool.
And so you've got those. Those are from his profiles. You have.
Yeah,
all-
it's on his profile. Yeah.
Nice.
That's cool.
Very nice.
I like your family.
I like my family.
Hey, Greg, I'm going to go over to you, and I just drank my coffee down the wrong way, so I'm going to go, and I'll be right back.
Okay. Can we put that banner on again?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Way up here.
Is
There
it
we go.
coming? Just
There it is.
Don't go
Okay.
too far till I get back.
Okay, I won't go too far. So the profiles of the week are all connected with Tony Bennett because, as you know, we lost Tony just a week or so ago, and so the profiles are all: which Tony Bennett duet singer are you most closely connected to? So, and of course, I look at it once and then I forget which one I'm most closely connected to, but Megs usually tells me afterwards. But what about you, Betsy and Meg and Eowyn? Which one are you closest to?
let me
look.
find out. Scrolling. I am closest to Frank Sinatra I have a three-way tie at the top.
Ooh,
Sinatra, Katie Lang, and Judy Garland.
wow.
21 degrees for me. Oh, very cool.
That's very cool.
I've got Nora Jones at 15 degrees.
Nice. Nora's good.
I'm getting you great. Wait, no, what is it? We talked about your ID number.
11007.
110. Okay, I got the wrong number of zeros. Greg Clark. You are closest to.
Looks like Judy Garland. Is that right?
Yes. Ooh, 16 days.
Greg is closest to Judy Garland. 16 degrees to Judy Garland.
Yellow Brick Road. But then Katie Lang's next, and
Katie
Janet
Lang's
Krall.
next. Diana Krall, another good Canadian's next.
Very good. They're okay. So that's nice. And I am cousins to some of them, so distant cousins. But the link below.
I need to add Ellen.
Yeah.
You have to do Ramos 244.
Yep, I got you.
The link below, I put together a little quiz to get us all pumped for the profiles of the week. So go onto there, jump on there, and just answer it quickly. It doesn't actually keep score. It doesn't record your name or how you did. But I just thought it'd be a fun way to, take part and just guess to see how many of these singers you can properly pair up with the song that they one of the songs they were famous for singing with Tony Bennett. Now, Tony Bennett, of course, has such a huge, long career that he sang with lots of people and multiple songs. So for some of them, there's actually more than one right answer. But let us begin. So if you haven't already started the quiz, the very first question will be answered shortly.
Okay, because I just answered it.
Okay, good. So close your ears if you want to answer the first question before finding out the answer. Oh, you've got some Timbits there.
Yeah, that's good when you take something down the wrong pipe.
Total guesses. Yes, Victor, mine would have been total guesses too. Well, some might have been. Anyways. So Anthony Dominic Benedetto was born the 3rd of August, 1926 in Queens, New York City. And did just pass away the 21st of July, 2023 this year. Age 96. That's definitely something to celebrate. And born and passed away in New York City. Again, very appropriate, I think. Obviously, he has Italian roots, part of the Italy Project. Accolades such as Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award, the NEA Jazz Master, and was part of the 2005 class of the Kennedy Center Honors. And so the answer to question number 1, and you have to keep your own score because I'm not keeping score for all of you. Sorry about that. Or give your page to your partner and let them mark your test. Anyway, the first answer to the first question, it was Bob Hope who suggested to Anthony Benedetto that he shorten his stage name to Tony Bennett, which was probably good advice.
So if I answer all these correct as we're going through, it's going to throw your bell curve off.
That's right. So son of John Benedetto and Anna Soraci. He was registered for the draft in August 1944 and enlisted in November. He was the never married son of Anna Benedetto and the Queen. Oh, that was what the census said for him. And then he married. So he had a number of marriages here, it looks like. Yeah. Married in 1971 and then 2007. And then he died at his home. So many of these profiles, the people are alive or just recently passed, like his. We'll probably get some more things, but there's some nice pictures on here. There's when he received the Kennedy Center honors there, and nice picture of him when he was younger. And there him with Lady Gaga. So let's move on to some of the people he sang with. Michael Bublé, nice Canadian here. And just like many of these will be short profiles. Grammy Award singing, of course, known for his crooner style of singing, which is interesting. You know, someone so young singing in the old crooner style is kind of an interesting juxtaposition there. But born September 9th, 1979. So he's just a baby. In Barnaby, Canada. Barnaby's in BC. Married Louisiana Lopilato on the 31st of March, 2011, and they have children together. And of course, the Wikipedia article will have more details about Michael and his singing. And so, if you guessed "Don't Get Around Much Anymore" as one of the songs that he sang with Tony Bennett, you would be correct. Now, for many of these singers, they did sing more than just one song. But in the quiz, I put, for most of them, I just put the top song or the first one that popped up when I did a Google search. So,
but you didn't put it in the first list, in the first one on the list, right?
I alphabetized it. I alphabetized all the song titles so that I wouldn't be skewed.
You sneaky math teacher, you.
Yeah. Well, I was going to, because there was a button that allows you to shuffle the order for every question. And I was thinking of doing that so it looked more random, but then I thought that'll make it even harder to find the song in the list. It's easier to scan it at least for me. So that was my logic there. The next is Natalie Maria Cole, who's a distant cousin of mine.
Are you going to tell us what song they sang together?
I did. Yeah.
Bublé
was "Don't Get Around Much Anymore."
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I did say that.
You did.
But that's okay. But thank you for reminding me, because I could have forgotten. Of course, the daughter of Nat King Cole, gifted singer and entertainer in her own right, 9 Grammy Awards, most memorable album covering and honoring her father's standards, "Unforgettable." That was a lovely song. Born February 6, 1950 in Los Angeles, California. Her father, of course, was a singer and jazz pianist. And her mother, Maria Antoinette Hawkins, who had been a singer with the Duke Ellington Orchestra. So, I mean, she obviously has her music cred legit there. Began singing at a young age, often performing with her father. But her father died when she was only 15. I didn't realize it was that early in her career. I mean, I knew that duet that they did was remastered, like put together after the fact, right? The one that's the famous one about "Unforgettable" that you often hear. But I didn't realize she was so young when he passed. She attended college at the University of Massachusetts and began singing in clubs. And there she was discovered by R&B producers. And this will be. Anyway, I can't sing. Well, yeah, because remember when we did the WikiTree last year, the WikiTree day at one of the LiveCasts, I played the piano for a bit.
Yeah.
And YouTube wanted to take it down because they recognized the tune I was playing on the piano and thought we were breaking.
Oh my goodness!
Yes,
I remember that.
You're only allowed to play snippets.
Yes. So I don't want us to be charged for copyright or have to pay royalties. So
yeah,
and that's my excuse, and we'll stop there. Passed away New Year's Eve, December 31st, 2015, at Cedar-Sinai Hospital. Sadly.
And what did she sing with him?
And she sang "Stormy Weather."
I got that one right.
Mm-hmm. Stormy weather. That's it. That's all you're getting. Next, Ella. Oh, Love Ella Fitzgerald.
Yeah, me
Ella
too.
Fitzgerald did lots and lots of stuff with Tony Bennett
Yeah.
and
So
Louis Armstrong.
right. Oh yeah. So there's probably multiple ones here, I'm sure, that she's known for. But the one that I have down is The Lady is a Tramp.
Mm.
I did that for Lady Gaga.
She did do that one as well. Lady Gaga also sang The Lady is a Tramp with Tony Bennett. So you're correct in saying that, so
But not correct for this.
not for, though you could have picked another one that she did do, and I just don't have it here. But legendary jazz singer Ella was, prolific career, 60 years. Daughter of William Fitzgerald, Temperance Williams, born 1917 in Virginia. Her father worked on a grain ship in Newport News at that time. By the time Ella was 12, her mother had left her father and had married a Portuguese immigrant from Cape Verde, Antonio Corey, and they were living in Yonkers, New York. Ella had a half-sister, Frances. Then her mother died, leaving her orphaned, and she ended up in New York, the New York State Training School for Girls at Hudson, New York. Dilapidated reformatory where she spent a year before leaving to take her chances in New York City to try to make a career in show business. And of course, her career took off after she won an amateur singing contest at the Apollo Theater, very famous theater in Harlem. Hired by the Chick Webb's band and recorded her first hit with them in 1939. And in 42, she started her solo career. Numerous awards, including 13 Grammys, Lifetime Achievements, Kennedy Center Awards, the National Medal of Arts, Presidential Medal of Freedom, inducted into the National Women's Hall of Fame in 1995.
There are a lot of people that everybody wants to spend 20 minutes with. I would like to spend an hour with Ella Fitzgerald,
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah. So, and again, her song was The Lady is a Tramp. Next, we have Judy Garland, my closest, who's also a cousin, as it turns out.
Oh, neat.
21st cousin. So the closest connection isn't through the cousin. It must be through
Natalie
Mary.
Cole was my closest. Greg, Judy's yours. Airline, yours is Nora Jones.
Oh, look at her. Her husband is a direct. Let me just check. Her husband is a sixth cousin twice removed. So
Manelli, you realize who that is.
I'm really close to her husband, and then that's
You realize
the connection.
who that is, right?
What's that?
That's Liza Minnelli's
That's
dad.
Liza's dad, right? Which means that Liza and I are really close.
Yeah.
Liza Minnelli and I are sixth cousins. Woohoo! That's pretty cool. But
you know
anyways,
how we do those connections on WikiTree?
Anyways, back to Frances Ethel Gum. And again, whoever suggested that she maybe change her stage name, that's probably it was probably a good choice. Judy Garland, considered one of the greatest entertainers, of course, known for her role of Dorothy, the Wizard of Oz. But she did lots of other things. She started young. She and her sisters, the Gum sisters, performed when they were young kids. Her father died when she was only 12. And at 18, she was already in the care of a psychiatrist. So that's sad. She was married.
Trying to marry her off to Andy Rooney.
Well, she did a lot of stuff with Andy. Is it Andy Rooney or Mickey Rooney?
Mickey Rooney. Sorry, not Andy Rooney.
Andy Rooney's the 60 Minutes guy, right?
On 60 Minutes.
Yeah. Mickey Rooney.
Eyebrows.
Yeah. But yeah, the two of them did a lot of movies together, and they were cute in them. But then, of course, her big hit was The Wizard of Oz. She appeared in vaudeville with her two sisters, the Gum sisters, and then that's when things take off. And then she did star in a movie, The Harvey Girls, which was based on a novel. Sadly, she passed away in 1969 from an accidental overdose. Very sad. And Judy's, the one, I Left My Heart in San Francisco, is the one that came up first as a duet with Tony Bennett. Stephanie Germanotta. I did not realize that was, again, we're talking stage or birth names versus stage names, and I did not pick out whose real name or stage name, but that's Lady Gaga's birth name. Stephanie Joanne Angelina Germanata, born March 28, 1986, an even younger kid. Better known by her stage name, Lady Gaga is an American singer, songwriter, and actress. And that's all they have to say about that.
I wonder what her baptismal name is. So it's got to be Maria or Anna.
Yeah, that's right. Anna Maria Stefania. Something like that. Of course, there's a much bigger Wikipedia article about Lady Gaga. And she did many of them, including the one, The Lady is a Tramp. But I've got her down as I've Got You Under My Skin was the one I put in the survey or the quiz. But she also sang Cheek to Cheek with Frank. And I think she recorded, or Frank, Tony Bennett. I think she recorded a whole album of duets.
She did. She absolutely did. And it's like one of the best-selling albums of the year for that year.
Mm-hmm. I don't know who runs or organizes the Spotify, the WikiTree Spotify list, but I think all of these duets should automatically go on the Spotify list.
I do.
Oh, you do? Mags, there you go.
Make it happen.
Make it happen, man.
That would be great.
You have to give me some money for that. Like a loony. Oh, no, give me one of those cool new toonies.
Oh, there's a new, I haven't checked out the new.
Ooh, they're beautiful.
Ooh.
I got one the other day. It had the Northern Lights on it.
Oh, nice.
It's beautiful.
Nice. Okay.
We'll
have to show it on the first live cast when we have it.
I'll be right back.
Oh, you've got it here with you?
I've got one.
Okay.
Show and tell.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Need to
Okay, but
see
meanwhile,
it.
let's talk about another. Is he Canadian too? Josh Groban?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah, but it doesn't say. His biography is very short. Doesn't even mention his parents' names, which is interesting because a lot of these living profiles of notables, even though their parents are private, in the biography it gives their names. So in one place it hides them and keeps them private, but in the other place it's wide open.
Yeah.
Oh no, he was born in LA.
What?
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I thought for some reason I thought there was a Canadian.
Oh.
I thought so too.
No one's.
Look at that.
Check it out.
Very nice.
It's the Northern Lights. It's cool.
Mm.
Oh, that is cool.
Mm.
You want one? I'll send you one. I'll bring one next time I see you.
Bring one to Roots Tech.
Yeah. So the neat thing about his biography, even though it doesn't name his parents, but it does say he's a descendant of Jacob Christopher Zimmerman and Sabella Van Fossen Zimmerman, and through them, Matthias and Anna Zimmerman, Balthazar and Philip Heinrich Schall, and Jake. So it gives some of the ancestors further up the tree, which I think is kind of cool. And his Pennsylvania Dutch, the German roots, the Zimmermans, were explored on an episode of Who Do You Think You Are? And it gives you the exact episode title, so you could find that if you wanted.
Cool.
So that's kind of cool. And Josh is known for singing This Is All I Ask, which is the one song of all of them that I did not know, so I had to play it on YouTube. It's nice.
Wasn't he also in one of the productions of Phantom of the Opera?
Oh.
I thought he might have been. I know he does a lot of Broadway stuff.
Oh, Josh does?
Yeah.
But did he do a duet with Tony Bennett on that or no?
Oh, wow.
Let's just talk soloing. We're just talking solo.
But the ones you have is all the same ones on the list. So
This Is All I Ask, which is that's not the song from Phantom of the Opera.
No.
All I Ask of You.
I have seen him doing a Phantom of the Opera thing, but I don't know if he's actually in it.
Yeah.
I know that he's sung with someone some of the Phantom songs.
Oh yeah.
I think he's well known. He did The Prayer with Celine Dion.
Ooh, Josh Groban here. Yes. Okay. Yeah.
I'm going to turn off my mic.
Okay. Next, we have Nora Jones, who was born Geethali Nora Jones Shanker on March 30th, 1979, to American concert producer Sue Jones and an Indian Bengali musician, Ravi Shankar. American singer, songwriter, and pianist, won several awards for her music, and as of 2012, has sold more than 50 million records worldwide. Billboard named her top jazz artist of the 2000s decade. And she's won 9 Grammy Awards and was ranked 60th on Billboard magazine's Artists of the 2000s Decade chart. In 86, unfortunately, her parents separated and she was raised by her mother in Grapevine, Texas. I had no idea there was a town called Grapevine. I'm guessing there are no secrets in that town.
Yes.
All the phones are connected through a party line.
Yes, that's right.
That song that Josh Groban did is from Phantom of the Opera.
What's that?
The one, what is the name of the song?
No, this is all I ask.
That is from Phantom of the Opera. I just played it. It said it was from Phantom of the Opera.
No, all I ask of you is from Phantom of the Opera. This is all I ask is a different song.
Oh my gosh. Why are you confusing me so?
You ask and all I do is confuse you.
I want a divorce.
A Wikivorce? Oh no.
Wikivorce.
No.
Somebody agrees with me. And somebody also tells us the right thing. It's from the music of the night. And look, we're back on track. Look, Grapevine, Texas is not.
Oh, yay! There we go.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Circle.
And where are we here? 2 children.
We have no idea.
No. So Nora Jones, jazz pianist, and hers "Speak Low" was the one that she did with Tony Bennett, or at least one of the ones that she's done with Tony.
I love Nora Jones.
She did a whole album of duets with Billie Joe Armstrong, the singer from Green Day, and it's like old timey songs, which it's really weird because it's Billie Joe Armstrong from Green Day.
Old timey, you mean from the 1960s?
Yeah, those really old ones. No, they're a little older than that.
Neat.
I want to find that. I love Nora Jones.
You should. It's really a nice album.
Excellent. That's a great suggestion. Canadian Diana Krall. One of my
her music.
Yeah, she is wonderful. Canadian jazz pianist, sultry voice. Oh, amazing. I love her. Daughter of Stephen James Krall and Adela Wende. Jazz pianist, singer known for her sultry contralto voice and her elegant piano playing. Born in November 16th, 1964, Nanaimo, British Columbia, and married British musician Elvis Costello in December 2003. Oh, at Elton John's estate. What a cool place for two musicians to get married. And they have twin sons. She began performing professionally at 15 as a jazz pianist. That's pretty young. Won the Vancouver Jazz Festival.
Not too young for somebody who was a serious pianist, really.
No, that's true. Yeah.
You start early. Look at Betsy Coe. I bet you started really early too.
Well, not playing professionally.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Professionally. Yeah. After hearing her performing one night in Nanaimo, bassist Ray Brown convinced her to move to LA, where she obtained a Canadian Arts Council grant to study with Jimmy Rolls. And she began her recording career in '93 with her first album, Stepping Out. And she sold 1 million albums worldwide. She was paired on a 20-city tour with Tony Bennett and collaborated with other artists, including her husband, Elvis, Ray Charles, and Paul McCartney. She also produced Barbra Streisand's album, Love is the Answer, in 2009. I didn't know that. That's very cool. Won 2 Grammys, 8 Juno Awards. Oh, you remember how last week we kept track of all the Nobel Peace Prize winners? We should have kept track of all the Grammy Award winners, Grammys and stuff. This time.
I think all of these,
All of the hardware they won. Should have too late. Oh well. But look at all these awards. Order of British Columbia, that's our most westerly province. Given an honorary PhD from Fine Arts from University of Victoria, Canada's Walk of Fame, Office of the Order of Canada, and the Nanaimo Harbourfront Plaza was renamed the Diana Krall Plaza.
Nice.
And so the one of the ones that she has sung with Tony Bennett is "Love Is Here to Stay." That's the one I have from the quiz.
I can actually hear that in my head right now.
I know. Some of these are just so iconic that, yeah. Katie Lang, another great Canadian, distant cousin as well. To me, Catherine Dawn Lang. So double points if you knew that KD stood for Catherine Dawn. Now the interesting thing is here, like I think this is probably the way WikiTree treats things, but she always spells her name in lowercase. So it'd be lowercase k, lowercase d, lowercase l. But I don't know if that's even possible to do on WikiTree.
It is not possible.
Yeah, I didn't figure.
You should write that up as a research note for that profile.
Oh.
Yeah, that is significant, I think.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everywhere. Like there's no place you ever see her name where it's not written in lowercase like that. That's her. One of the things that she, from the very get-go, always used.
It's her style.
It's her style. Yeah. So one of the ones that she's most famous for is singing a version of Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah.
Oh, at the Olympics.
At the Olympics, yeah.
Oh, chills.
Olympics, yeah.
I've got chills right now thinking about it too.
It was wonderful, yeah. And if you hear his original version of that, it's a bit of a different take on the song.
It is.
But it's wonderful. I mean, they're both actually wonderful representations of that.
I think Jeff Buckley does a good job with that Leonard Cohen's Hallelujah, and so does Brandi Carlile.
Oh.
Yeah, she really knocks it out of the park too. Those are like the top 4 of that song, I think.
Oh.
In my opinion, in my humble opinion.
That's right. She's won many awards, among them the Juno and the Grammys, and she was made an officer of the Order of Canada in '96. And of course, she was born in Edmonton, Alberta, and her father was a drugstore owner and has now passed away. And so the one that one of the ones that she sang with Tony Bennett, at least, is "A Wonderful World."
Oh.
Yeah. And I listened to that book before. It was wonderful.
Lynette, was it a wonderful world?
It was a wonderful world.
Lynette made a comment that wasn't that in the style section, referring to E.E. Cummings, who also did the lowercase. So that's an interesting thing to check out.
So she's just in his profile has lowercase.
Somebody check it out. Let's see if
check
we
it
can
out.
find it. I'm trying. Here we go. Whoa.
Okay. And the last one. I'm going to give you a lot of time, Betsy.
My goodness.
I know. We're on the last profile already. Frank Sinatra, Francis Albert Sinatra, old blue eyes, chairman of the board. Not the one who gave the advice to shorten his name to Tony Bennett. But I thought I'd throw it in there to throw people off. Born on the 12th of December, 1915 in Hoboken, New Jersey. Only child of Italian immigrants, and Antonino Martino Sinatra and Natalina Garaventa. He grew to be a legendary star, of course, Frank Sinatra. He married Nancy in 1939. They divorced in 1951, and then he had married Ava Gardner, Mia Farrow, and finally Barbara Marx. Singer, actor, producer, director, conductor, began his professional career in the swing era with Harry James and Tommy Dorsey, like huge names back then. So he learned music by ear and actually never learned to read music. So that's interesting.
Yes.
In the mid-40s, he was signed by Columbia Records, went on to find success as a solo artist. His career stalled a bit in 1950, but then in 1953, after his Best Supporting Actor award from Here to Eternity, it restarted again. He signed with Capitol Records, and then he started touring. He started the Rat Pack and toured hung out with celebrities and statesmen such as JFK.
Sammy Davis Jr. was one of his best friends.
So the Rat Pack, do we have the Rat Pack picture here?
I don't see one.
So that would be Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh, look at the baby picture.
Oh, look at that.
Is that him as a baby?
Frank Sinatra.
Oh, God, look at his bum. Everybody's, look at that.
Well, look at, and even this, the as a young kid, he's already dressing up as chairman of the board.
He's a New Jersey gangster, man. E.E. Cummings does not have lowercase e on his profile.
Okay. Anyways, not surprisingly, the one that he sang, or at least one of the ones he sang with Tony Bennett, was New York, New York.
And you're getting more information. Lynette obviously is very well versed in this. She said Peter Lawford, Joey Bishop were a part of the Rat Pack.
Ah, okay.
Sinatra,
Dean Martin.
Dean Martin, Joey Bishop, Peter
Okay.
Lawford, and Sammy Davis Jr.
Okay, thank you. There we go. So there's your trip down memory lane with Tony Bennett and all those who sang duets with him. So did anyone get perfect on this?
No, have a question though. Do you have the results?
Let me just.
How can you throw this out here and not have results ready for us?
Okay, well, let me just.
I thought you were a mathematician.
Well, let me just see what we got here. There's the quiz. There's responses.
Woohoo!
There we go. We got some nice pie charts.
Blow them up, please.
Yeah.
So it looks so. The first question was 50% people got it right. It said Bob Hope.
Wow.
Now Michael Bublé. So it's funny because it doesn't look like there's a. It's not a huge. What are you gonna say? Like it's not a landslide. I'm trying to.
Yeah, especially I'm looking at that third one.
Yeah.
Natalie
Cole was the one I got right.
No.
We don't trust
I just lost my cheat sheet.
Never lose the answer clue.
Really?
I have 20 things open. Hold on. Come on. There it is. Let me just move this one over all by itself. There we go. There's my cheat sheet. Okay, so
he makes his own sound effects, folks.
Well, someone has to. You're not making the sound effects more. So Michael Bublé's don't get around much anymore, which is the red. So 30% did get the top vote. Natalie Cole was Stormy Weather. So 30% again. So oh wow, people were really scattered on Ella Fitzgerald, but that's probably because she did sing all of those songs. The Lady is the Tramp was the one that I have down, which was.
So it's not really that we can't pick the answers. We can't pick the answer you picked.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, for some of them for sure. There's more than one right answer. Judy Garland's the same. Now the one I have is "I Left My Heart in San Francisco," which only one of you picked. That's interesting. But she could have sang all those other ones too. I haven't checked. And Lady Gaga, we know, put a whole album out. And I had her down as "I Got You Under My Skin," which is. And
I had "Lady is the Tramp."
But "Lady is the Tramp" is another one she did sing with him. So
yeah.
So you get credit for your answer.
Definitely get credit.
I didn't know what Greg was thinking.
That's okay. It's not. This is all I ask is.
Josh Groban's is better.
Yeah. What's that? Is that this one here? Was the blue, dark blue? Oh, so only one person guessed that one for him. Interesting. Nora Jones was "Speak Low," which is this one here, and more people got that than the other one. Diana Krall was "Love Is Here to Stay," which is where's that? Where's "Love Is Here to Stay"? Oh, that's dark purple. There it is, right there. And Katie Lang was. What did I put her down? "Wonderful World." So that was right at the bottom. No? Oh, it's right at the top. "A Wonderful World." Here it is. And Frank Sinatra was "New York, New York," which
half of us got.
Half of you got that one. So there you go. There's some maths and graphs.
We like mathing with you on Saturday.
Yeah.
Thank you. I like mathing with you too.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed those. Now I'm going to have to go and pull up those albums.
I know. Yeah.
Later today. Well, I have some pictures. It's August. Mm-hmm. We have a new theme for August. Yes. Which is "Dressed for the Time." Mm-hmm. And it's this is one of those themes where you could go so many ways with it. So I was interested to see how people interpreted it. We had 8 answers so far. This one is
so cute.
I know, Eric Varva, and it's his parents dressed in the style of children's TV westerns. And he gives some profiles if you want to deep dive into that. His father's wearing a Hopalong Cassidy outfit given to him by his great aunts, and
nice.
he still has the holster to this day. And his mother, I see his mother's in the Grand Crossing neighborhood of Chicago, which is not far from me. That's close to where I live.
Nice.
And her pony and outfit was provided by a salesman who came around the neighborhood and said, "Wouldn't you like to pay me to dress your child up in this adorable outfit, and I'll take their picture?"
Wow.
Do you think he actually made money on that, really, though? The time he took to get the kid and the horse in that stance.
Yes, right. Yeah. If you broke it down, if you did an analysis, yes.
What is it they always say? Never work with kids or animals on a.
Yeah, and there he goes, both.
But really, really sweet.
Sweet, very sweet. I'm glad he did.
Now these folks. Posted by Alan Kreutzer, and the photo was in an album of his grandmothers showing this group, and he doesn't know who they are or how they were related to his grandmother or not, visiting Crater Lake National Park, probably early 1910s. And but just look at the outfits.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go 1920s and not 1910s, looking at the attire.
Yeah, yeah.
The hats.
It's interesting. This lady on the far left sort of almost has like a bandana or a. Her head covering choices.
Yeah.
Interesting. And then this is from Alexis. Alexis, am I right? Yes, Alexis. And these are, let's see, her second great grandaunt and uncle, Mary Ann McCullough Irwin and Corporal Samuel Irwin. And there was a lot of conversation back and forth about this. And one of the first things that people were noticing is, they must have gone to the studio together because everything, it's identical, although she's got her hand on the book and she
needed a link because she's pregnant.
Is she?
I think she's pregnant.
I don't know. Ooh. Well, Alexis gives a little, let's see. Well, she's guessing that maybe her dress was blue. This is her grand uncle's Union Army uniform, but she mentions that she got these photos through her fourth cousin, whom she met on WikiTree. Yay!
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Excellent.
But sadly, she thinks Mary is not. She thinks Mary's not smiling because this photo was taken shortly after she learned that her youngest son had died in Andersonville prison. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Then someone says, "Oh, maybe is she holding rosary beads in her left hand?" I looked. To me, they look like a pair of glasses.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was.
Yeah,
I think.
But she does. She looks in age.
I do notice the sash behind her that's hanging down. That is normally what you would pull for a servant to come in to serve tea or whatever.
Yeah, because his photo is closer up, so you don't see that. But
right,
interesting.
Well, they had to do that for her dress. She looks pregnant to me.
I could see that.
It's possible.
I feel like Alexis's entire house is photos.
Yeah.
She has so many amazing
ones. House is full of photos. Not just photos, extraordinary photos.
Like really good photos.
Wow. Did Alexis win the Scanathon when we did that a couple years ago? She must have.
I don't know if she was a member yet. Otherwise, hands down, she would have won.
And okay, this one made me laugh. Here's Gail Connolly at her wedding reception, and she said that she put on the invitation, or she gives the wording. when guests asked how to dress, I told them very informal. And to give them an example, I said I would wear my bikini. So she had to make good on the promise.
That is fun.
Wow.
If you think that's something, you should see the rear view of my T-shirt.
Oh my.
That's a little risque for WikiTree.
Wow.
Pat Miller posted this photo of her grandmother, who studied nursing at the Newton Hospital Training School in Massachusetts, which is now called the Newton Wellesley Hospital. School was established in 1890. And this is a class photo from 1906. She graduated in 1907 and worked as a nurse of newborns in Owen Sound, Ontario, before marrying Charles Miller. I wonder if she was Canadian or American.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. And people were commenting on how nursing uniforms have become so informal, but some people were remembering, oh, when I was a child, I was cared for by a nurse in white, and
yeah, well, they've become more workable.
Yeah, more comfortable. I mean, nurses, they work so hard. They have to be
They have to do such physical work.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't imagine doing that in a starched white linen outfit.
With this headgear, which would
really.
fall off.
Excuse me, I didn't mean to poke you in the face. Oh, wait, was that your eye?
And then this is from John Thompson. He dressed up for his daughter's birthday at the turn of the century, won't say which one, and played a winning hand with a little insurance on the side and returned with the prize.
Nice.
Yeah, this is a great one.
Thanks, John.
Nice.
All right, which WikiTreeer is horrible cuties? This was from Sally Kimball, who is rocking away this month. The rock team is working.
Way to
go. And this is her and her two sisters, ready to go to church on Easter Sunday, about 1963.
Yeah.
Matching glasses, socks, and patent leather shoes.
Oh, yeah.
And coats and haircuts.
Yep.
Definitely the Jackie Kennedy look.
Stepford daughters.
And they look like they're like 1 year apart, like very close.
Yeah.
Step stools.
Yeah. I think this is our last one. And this is a very interesting and somewhat sad one. Contributed by Lucas Murphy. We have Isabel and Hattie Mae Willoughby, about 1923, in Willoughby Town, Jeffersonville Precinct, Montgomery County, Kentucky. They were living in a tent on her parents' farm. It's clear she's wearing a homemade dress, and his shirt is probably the same. And as I read that, I had to stop and think, could I make a man's shirt? I mean, I know that they did it, but that seems complicated to me. I mean, it's impressive. Her parents had 13 children with a 2-room house, so this couple is dressed for the time and economic status of the family.
Wow.
Hattie and Herbert were cousins, and she died at the age of 20 and already had 3 children.
Wow.
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 But she looks happy in this photo.
She does.
She does.
Yeah. So, and I don't think, unless someone snuck something in the last 40 minutes, I don't think there was anything different on the free space page. But this link. Is that a sound effect, Max? That's like.
I was laughing at her shirt.
Oh, with the shirt, yes.
Oh, okay. Where am I?
Meg's distracted you.
I'm flustered. I'm going to go.
Page.
You were looking at the free space page to see if anybody had snuck in.
Oh yeah, no one had. But I will put up the link in my weekly G2G post, so to encourage more of you to post pictures on Dress for the Time, so we can look at them next week. So celebrating your ancestors with a connection to August. We had 3 responses. We would like more. And so let's look at these profiles, which were really, really interesting. So this one is from Ray Sarlin. It's his father, Reno Sarlin, and he did some really impressive detective work, finding out there was no birth record initially, and there was the earliest record was his arrival from Christian Fjord, Finland, at Ellis Island, where he was met by his mother, and his mother had gone ahead to America when he was a newborn. So I was also trying to imagine that as a 7-year-old, taking this ship and going to meet my mother that I didn't remember. And there's all this research that he did to figure out who the biological.
Are you going to share his profile?
Oh, Greg, thank you. Yes.
There we go.
There's his profile. Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yeah. There was a whole process in which he found the birth record. Father was mentioned as unknown. They did Y-DNA testing and identified his natural father, and whose profile is on WikiTree as well. So they moved to Seattle, Washington, he and his mother, and he ended up studying forestry. And he had a whole, there's this other part, which is really a special detail, that he met his wife because he was in a fraternity, and he was having some academic struggles, and the fraternity had this woman as a tutor. She tutored him in math, and they got married. Although he was late for the wedding because he was fighting a forest fire. He was also, Ray writes in his post, Dad was transferred to patrol for weeks on end by horseback while Mom staved off grizzly bears at the remote mountain log cabin. Dad was away on patrol when she had to be loaded on a mule to trek down a road so she could be driven to the hospital in Port Angeles, Washington, to give birth to me. Looking back, I'm not sure she ever forgave me. So,
wow.
Yeah. And the other thing this profile is definitely, this is a beautiful biography narrative. So go and read it. He also helped rescue a small burned cub bear from Captain Gapfire, who became Smokey Bear.
Smokey the Bear?
Smokey the Bear.
Wow. That is very cool.
So special. Yeah. So, and they got married in August. So that was the August connection. Then, and I'm going to switch my tab so you all can see. Elmer Allen Sayers. This was Shonda Feather contributed his, and she says, I have so many August ancestors, but she wanted to focus on her paternal grandfather, and it looks like he died on the last day of August. She says, still sorely missed. In his younger days, he served in the Navy during World War II on the USS Fog. And this ship has an incredible history. He was on board when the torpedo struck the ship, ripping it in half. He survived, and she has wonderful memories growing up, spending the summer visiting her grandfather. He was an avid outdoorsman. She camped and fished and watched the 4th of July parade with him. And she also mentioned that she's doing a project on WikiTree to put profiles for all of the crew members from the USS Fog.
That's fantastic.
Yes, it's wonderful.
That's excellent.
Some great photos here. There. Oh, how smart to put a little arrow there. There he is.
Yes.
Yep. And our third one was a two for one, contributed by Teresa Willis. These are her parents. Let's see, her father, and there's Cher.
Okay.
Yep. Her father, Tuckett Clary, was what was the connection? I guess he was born August 19th. Her mother was born August 5th. We'll look at her mother in a second. So Tuckett Clary, related to me, I see.
Nice.
Irish ancestors and Scottish. And really, really nice bio here. I like the stickers, a volunteer firefighter, a lot of good DNA work here. And let's look at also Anne. Oh, pretty picture there. Anne Poitras Clary. And yeah. So here, if you heard me stumble over pronouncing the last name, but there's a quite a lengthy surname history.
Ah.
I'm going to go back.
French word.
Yes, a rare and intriguing name of early medieval English origin. Oh, it's an occupational surname for a pewterer. Huh.
Interesting.
Yes, that's very cool. And she was both born and died in August. Thank you, Teresa. Thanks for sharing that. So keep the August and ancestors coming in. Just go to your anniversary list, and you can, look at the August should show up right away. And lastly, I have a tip.
Ooh.
So here's the tip. So I will look. Thank you. The tip is, if you're bored, if you need something to do on WikiTree, it could happen. Here's how you can find suggestions of things that might need a little tidy up on your branches. So here on the main page, I'm going to go to my menu with my profile ID, and I'm going to go to suggestions. And then it takes you to a list. This is WikiTree Plus, where it organizes the suggestions based on closest to me. So it looks like I have a little problem with the code on my Connectathon sticker. Not grave, but I should attend to that. And then the thing that I think is very cool about these, and I am sharing my good. Is that it gives you, like, I'm looking now here at error 575. What's that? And if I feel, and I see, oh my goodness, it's intermediate difficulty. If I feel a little bit unsure of what to do, I can click this YouTube icon. It will take me right to a short little video that will walk me through how to fix the error. And these videos were done by the Data Doctor Project. So I've used them before. They're very, very helpful, and I'm so grateful that they're there. So any of these, so I thought we would just quickly do this. This is a quick one, and it's easy difficulty. So it tells me, well, if I have questions, this one doesn't have a YouTube video, but if I click on that, it takes me to a free space page where it says that why did this happen? It was probably forgotten, which is what happened with me. So if I go to my ancestors profile, and I can go to edit, and we can see that, yes, I did indeed forget to say that I was certain that his death place was Lenox, Madison. And then I will minor corrections. I will save it. And then when I come, then if I were to go to then what I have to do, oh my goodness, I've lost myself. All right, I lost my WikiTree Plus page.
Oh no.
Give me 20 seconds. Okay, and we're back. Then the thing you have to remember to do is go back and click status.
Right.
And I'm the one who's doing this, but it could be that somebody else is you're working on somebody else's profile. So and I always like to get credit for my work. So I've corrected it. And
you know what? That pop-up didn't show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's interesting. When you were adding when you hit the status button, we didn't see the status pop-up where you were filling in the details.
Okay. Well, do you see now at the bottom it says Co31 and the date and time, and then it's
no, we're still on that initial suggestion page. There we go. Now we can see it.
Okay. Right. So when I clicked on status, it opened a new window. Okay.
Ah, right.
Yes. Okay. So entered in my ID number. I did when you couldn't see, I said it was corrected, and then it gives you a status history. So you know that it's there. It probably won't disappear from your list for about a week or so, depending on when Alesh runs his, all his magic. But then it will go away.
Right. Yeah, I think he does those updates on the weekends. So.
Eowyn, are you ready to take over and drive us home?
I'm here.
Drum roll.
What was I doing? I forgot. Okay.
You're gonna do the
events of the week.
And I can do that if you want me to. I can help you out with that.
Okay, I had it. Go ahead.
You can do it. No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well, now I closed it. This is the wonderful FreeSpace page that Azure puts together for our social media. If you don't know, we rely a lot on word of mouth and you guys sharing the WikiTree love, because we don't really have an advertising budget because we're free. But here she has everything ready for you to share. She makes it really easy. There's stuff for the whole week. We always have stuff going on that you can share. We have stuff on pretty much every social media platform there is. So wherever you are, there's something for you to share.
There is.
I think Mags does a great thing by just sharing the question of the week on Facebook.
Yeah, that's great. That's when we originally started doing the question of the week. We hoped people would share.
Oh boy, did I get overrun when I shared. Do you have any Canadian roots? Holy moly!
Okay, so while you're there, if you haven't registered for the first ever Wiki Games yet, you should go and register. It's gonna be fun.
Yep.
Spectacular. And the challenge this week.
The challenge this week, we've got the Cambridgeshire and Huntingdonshire Family History Society. That's going really well. They've been working really hard. Nice. And what's happening this week, Matt? We've got, let's see. There's a Saturday sourcing sprint today if you're in the mood to do some sourcing. Betsy's got her new member Q&A tomorrow at 11. I sat in on her on Thursday, and it was really good. So if you're a new member with questions, be sure to go to one of her Zoom meetings. There's a Data Doctors Challenge that will start tomorrow. The German damage. If you want to go talk German WikiTreeers, you can go to that. There's a U.S. Black Heritage weekend sprint next weekend, or this week. What's the 11th? Yeah.
Friday,
yeah.
And it's date night.
And it's Friday date night.
Please come hang out with Julie. Please.
She needs friends.
That's good.
And then if you scroll down a little bit more, Max.
Yep.
There's the ongoing. Like, always check the ongoing section because I add stuff there throughout the month.
We really appreciate you putting that list together for us, Alan. That is huge. To
And
be able to
helps.
close out every single Saturday roundup with a look ahead of what all is going on in WikiTree, which is a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of stuff.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We also appreciate everybody being here this morning. We love having you share our Saturday mornings with you, even though we get a little crazy and wild sometimes. It's like anyone says, it's like a house party on Saturday morning. Get your pajamas on and your coffee. We will see you next week.
Bye, everyone. Thank you. Have a good week.
Bye.